Let's imagine that we have a college campus where all departments, admin, staff, and students are connected to the same network. So during peak hours, everyone receives unnecessary messages, network becomes slow, sensitive data is exposed, IT team struggles to manage issues. So, like, how come we reduce network congestion and improve security without buying new hardware? That was a question over there. So, there comes a solution that a virtual LAN is a logical grouping of devices in a network regardless of their physical location. So, instead of separating departments physically, the college logically divides the network into groups. So, a LAN connects devices in a limited area, but all devices share the same broadcast domain. So, the problem occurs too many devices, excessive broadcasting, network congestion. So, for example, let's have this, like everyone in a hall hearing every announcement, even if it is not relevant. Likewise, it was used that. So, in office, all employees receiving all emails, there was a confusion and overload. So, there exists a virtual LAN is a logical grouping of devices independent of physical location. So devices are grouped based on the department instead of location, like grouping students by class instead of seating arrangement. So the admin system placed on different floors but still connected as one group. Why we need virtualization? So virtualize LAN, like virtual LAN is required because it reduces broadcast traffic and improve performance. So too many unnecessary messages are now reduced. Virtual LANs enhance security, so data leakage are now restricted within group. Virtual LAN simplifies management, difficult troubleshooting. If previously with the physical LAN, it is difficult troubleshooting. Now it is easier because we have a group and logically separated department. Virtual LAN supports scalability because hard to expand network in previously when it compared to virtual LAN. So virtual LAN is now flexible. So the IT company separates HR, finance, and dev teams using virtual LANs. What will happen without virtual LAN? So large broadcast domain causes network congestion. So like all devices are receiving all messages, and security risk due to open communication. That is student accessing admin data. Difficult troubleshooting because hard to find network issues. Poor performance, slow internet during peak hours. When everyone is accessing, it will be slow network. So to overcome all these problems, it arises with the best solution, that is virtual LAN. How the virtual LAN works? So switch assign ports to virtual LAN IDs. That is, for example, assigning students to different classrooms. Likewise, switch will assign the ports to virtual LAN IDs. Device in same virtual LAN communicate directly. That is, let's take an example that staff communicating within the network. Likewise, the device can communicate within the same network. So different VLANs requires routing. So like when admin talking to students only via permission from the faculty. Likewise, the virtual LAN from one network to other network communicate through only router and switch. So what is VLAN ID and tagging? So VLAN ID is nothing but which ranges from 1 to 4094. For example, we create a VLAN 10 for admin, VLAN 20 for staff, and VLAN 30 for students. So it must be IEEE 802.1q tagging identifies VLANs. Like we are labeling parcels with department names. A display ID is created. So multiple VLANs can share the same physical link. That one cable handling multiple departments. There are types of virtual LAN. So port-based virtual LAN using switch ports. So port 1 is admin and port 2 is staff, like that. MAC-based virtual LANs uses MAC address, specific laptop always in same VLAN. Protocol-based virtual LAN uses protocol type. So for example, voice traffic separated from data traffic. Dynamic virtual LAN assigns automatically. The system assigns virtual LAN when user logins. So what is port-based virtual LAN? It is most commonly used. A VLAN is assigned based on the switch port. The problem solved is easy grouping without changing physical layout. For example, like assigning seats in classroom based on roll number. So the college labs assign systems to different departments. So VLAN versus traditional LAN. That is, VLAN is logical, traditional LAN is physical. So LAN has most broadcast domain, whereas virtual LAN has multiple. LAN has one broadcast domain, whereas virtual LAN has multiple, like separate communication channels. Virtual LAN provides better security because restricted access between departments. So what is inter-VLAN communication? VLAN is also isolated by default. No communication between departments. Routing is required for communication. Use router or layer 3 switch. So the advantages: reduce broadcast traffic, better performance, that includes security, restricted access, easy management, simplified control, and cost effective, no extra hardware.